Hey friends, so I picked up the camera today. Gotta take care of my little birdie here. I've not been doing good with my Finch app, but I've been trying to, I keep up with logging in, or at least I have repairs on it, but I'm almost at a year with that thing. I think tomorrow will be a year. Anyways, I wanted to pick up the camera. I am trying to post more after one of my girls called me out on it. I'm like, okay, you know what? You need to do better. I've just been so focused on FB last month or whatever, and I've just been busy. Okay, the truth is I've just been busy and struggling with energy. But in April I got monetized on FB, and so I was like full throttle for that through May, and I done really well in May as far as income goes. I ended up earning a little bit more on there in 1 month than I ever have earned in 1 month on YouTube here. And so I was like, you know what, this is going to be fantastic. This is going to be life-changing because it was simple and easy. I did get obsessed with it, so I was on there all the time, and I don't like that, so I've been pulling back from it. And I've just not been into it. Y'all know how I always say when my head is loud, I get quiet, and my head has been screaming lately. Anyways, in May I done really good. Our payout was fantastic, the best even that I've ever made in a month here on YouTube. So I was just like, this is gonna be fantastic. Come June, I think it was a glitch. There's been a lot of talk about like Facebook is glitching. They are completely ran by AI now and not humans, and so it's pretty faulty. And so I got hit with like the avoid spammy content, and I wasn't even doing anything like that. There was nothing showing that would have been any cause for that. Got hit with it twice, and it ended up pulling my reach down, messed with my account so bad. I ended up making like a fourth. I ain't gonna sit here and do the math because math is hard. I ended up doing like a fourth of what I'd done in May and June, and in July I'm doing even worse than in June, and I've just not really been putting any effort into it though. It's just one of those, I'm going to just start saying it is what it is, just like I have been doing with YouTube. But just, it was new and it was fun, and it was super exciting to earn what I earned that first full month. But anyways, I was just fully focused on that. I've just had some stuff going on, and then I completely just lost most motivation, effort. I've not been feeling the best lately. I've been noticing some stuff within myself, and yesterday was just a terrible day. Like, no joke, if you know me, you've been around here for a while, you know I'm a busybody. I'm always doing stuff. Like, I'm always on top of stuff. I cannot be sitting still. If I sit still, my mind gets too loud. And so I don't like to sit still. Yesterday, it was about 2 o'clock, I think it was. And I was like, you haven't planned dinner. You need to figure out what you're going to do for dinner. This is just an example of what I felt like yesterday. I forced myself to get on the treadmill. My plan was to run again because I've been trying to run. Last week I ran 2 days. I was like, okay, we're going to start running 3 days a week. I got on the treadmill and I could not do it. Like, I could not run. There was no possible way. So I ended up forcing myself to walk a slow mile. I'd done that while I edited a video. So it's just a leisure walk, but I knew if I didn't do that, I was not going to get any steps in. Like, I just knew that. Anyways, 2 o'clock rolled around. I was like, you need to figure out dinner. We've been trying to eat through the foods that we have in the house, and so I've been not like fully grocery shopping lately, and we've been doing good. The kids are starting to complain that, Mom, there's no food in the house. And so we're getting there. The freezer's getting kind of cleaned out. The fridge is getting cleaned out, the pantry and whatnot, and then we're going to restock. You know how that is. But anyways, I walked in there yesterday to, I thought my thing was counting down. Anyways, I walked in there yesterday and I literally could have cried because I just had no energy, no brain power to even think about what I wanted to do for dinner. I did not feel good at all, and that is not like me, like at all. And I even noticed John, he doesn't just like come out, but I noticed that he was being kind of weird and clingy, and I think that he could pick up that I was just not normal. There was something going on with me. I walked into the basement to force myself to do a load of laundry. I walked down there and I was like, oh, you haven't fed your critters today. And so this is just me talking to myself. So I went out and fed my critters, and when I came back in, he was walking around in the basement, and he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I had to take care of the animals, but I came down to fold laundry. and he's just kind of hovering more than usual yesterday, and I think he could pick up on that. I just felt so, I didn't feel bad because I wasn't like sickly, but I just felt so bad. And I don't know what's been going on the last little while. It's just been a lot. And so I've been trying to, I don't know where to go. I've not been to a doctor in 75 years. But I'm thinking that something's telling me I need to go in and get some like blood work done just to find out what's going on, because it's been a struggle, y'all, the last while. And it's getting worse instead of better. And yesterday I just felt so bad. Like, I wasn't sickly, but I just felt so bad. I don't even know how to explain how I felt yesterday. And it really had me even more concerned. And so I couldn't decide where to go. I made a post on FB, and I was like, I need some ideas. Where do you go? And I had a ton of people come in and, recommend people. And it was like multiple people recommending the same person. But it was like multiple different people, if that makes sense. I think there's like 3 or 4. Well, there was 2 that quite a few people recommended. And then there's a few that just like 1 or 2 people would recommend. But it was people that I trusted their opinion on, if that makes sense. And I couldn't decide where I wanted to go. And so I just went onto the online website and, where you can like not schedule an appointment, but schedule an appointment. Like, you submit your information and they'll call you back. And so I just sent in for every one of those that the people was interested. I was interested in those. I wanted my females and people. I think I only got female references because I was like, I prefer female, but I don't care. And it was all females that I got. But anyways, I went in and filled out the submit for application for all of those. And so whoever calls me back first, that's who I'm going to go to. And nobody called me back from that. So yesterday, I finally did one more that I hadn't done. And then I was like, if nobody's called you by today, because I hate talking on the phone. It's just not my thing. I was like, if none of them have called you back by tomorrow, you're going to call the first one that you put in for and see if they can get you in. And if not, we'll go down the list. And I was talking to a friend last night, and she actually works at a practitioner's office up there, and she said, I'll talk to her and see if we're accepting new patients if you want me to. And I was like, yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be great. And so now my plan was to get up first thing this morning and get it over with and call somebody. But now, since I was supposed to message her this morning, I'm waiting. I'm going to wait and hear what she says, and maybe that's where I'm supposed to go. But if I have not heard back from her by tomorrow, then I'm going to get up and call somebody and maybe get me an appointment for next week, because I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. And I've just been really trying to take better care of myself lately and not doing anything like super extreme. But I've been trying to take better care of myself, and I feel worse. So, anyways, why did I even pick up the camera? Oh, because I told y'all I was going to try to do better. Because we love our YouTube people. We love our YouTube people. You all would always be my number one. And everywhere else, people can sometimes be kind of mean and judgy. And nobody on YouTube has ever been like that to me. Now, I have seen some stuff where people's been said a thing or two about me. Okay? And that's on you, not me. But I don't know. I've never really dealt with meanness on YouTube. And granted, I've never really dealt with it much anywhere anyways. But YouTube is my people. So I was like, you know what? You can run both. And that's what I'm trying to do. Just trying to get back into running both. And learning that I don't have to be on Facebook all day long and posting on there all day long. Because it's actually not helpful at all. I've noticed that in the last little bit of me trying to just me pulling back and still posting and whatnot. But I don't know. I feel like I've not been up to date with you all. And I want to get back up to date with you all. Because you all are my people. But today I feel so much better. Like a whole different person. I did sleep much better. Like I was going to bed last night and felt really bad. Even had started getting a headache. Like before that, there was no physical pain. I just felt so bad. Like I didn't even know how to explain it. And I've been taking little notes of what's been going on, because it's just so much random stuff. And I was like, what do you tell them when you call the doctor? That you're just slowly falling apart? Because it's just little things here and there. But last night going to bed, I had the worst. I was starting to get the worst headache. And I was just like, goodness gracious. I ended up laying down. It was still kind of daylight outside because we're old people. And we go to bed 8:39. And I don't think I woke up one time until 5 something. John woke up patting on me. Maybe I did once or twice before that. I don't know. And then I realized that our nightlight, we have a nightlight that we always just keep on because I don't like sleeping in complete darkness because sometimes you got to get up and go potty and you don't want to be tripping over dogs and socks and toys because Violet. And so I woke up at like 5 something. He got up, he went to the bathroom, and then when, he came out of the bathroom, I went to the bathroom. And I was like, it's so dark in here. And I realized this nightlight was out. But I just laid down when it was still kind of, daytime-ish outside. And I don't think I woke up at all again after that. And so I did wake up a little bit more refreshed this morning. That is part of it, is I wake up. I go to bed and sleep decent, but then I wake up. I barely can get out of bed right now. And I don't know what it is. Anyways, we've been talking for 11 minutes. Is this just the video of me standing in the kitchen? Update you? We'll see. But I'm going to walk outside. So you're going to walk outside with me. All right, let's try this again. I heard some of the neighbors talking. I don't know where they're at. Just make sure they can see me. I don't care. Yes, I do. Anyways, I love the Osmo. I still got the thing on. But I don't want to have to deal with it sometimes because it's not that great at tracking me. Or it tracks me too hard. I don't even think I had the tracker on. Anyways, what was I saying? We're going to walk up here and check out this. I have some potatoes that I had cut up and dried. And I was going to put them out yesterday. Felt so bad I couldn't even be outside hardly. Like when the sun hit me, I immediately felt worse. And I don't know what was going on. Okay, I'm just so thankful. Thank you, Jesus, that I woke up feeling semi-normal today because yesterday was not it. Like, I was a little bit concerned, even with, like, I've been dealing with some not feeling great stuff lately anyways. But yesterday was a whole nother level of that. And the grass is wet and I have on flip-flops. So, what did I walk up here for? He's outgrowing the trellis. I wanted to look at this bed. Anyways, yesterday I was going to plant some potatoes. And I didn't because I couldn't deal with being outside and I need to fill that bed. So I got to fill that bed up, get those potatoes in it. And then we're just going to hope for the best with it. Last year we planted some, or year before last, 1 year. Anyways, we planted some really late and they done really good. So I'm hoping that they do okay. We do have 2 small beds up here of potatoes. Look at this. I don't think it's going to have time to do anything. But I did go ahead and put one of the loofahs in the ground. I actually put 2. One over there, like, I seen the roots of it. Like, it was sprouting and stuff. And then it just, something happened to it. I don't know. But this one is just so beautiful. Like, if all they did was made leaves, I would still want to plant them because they have the beautiful leaves. I love this little guy. Anyways. So I was going to do that yesterday. My tomatoes are out of control. Like, you can barely fit through here. What was I saying? Look at all these blushing tomatoes again. We're down to 3 in the house though, so we're ready for more. We've been eating a lot of those, me and John especially. I love summertime. Love it because if you're like, I don't know what to use as a side, you just cut up a tomato or cut up a cucumber, or a lot of times for us both, slap it on the side and there you go. You got a healthy, nutritious side and you have 0 effort into it. It's my favorite. Anyways. Scatterbrains. We're going to, this is starting to sag too. I want to get this other bed filled up here. When I got the boxes in it. This one, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I remembered I bought these specifically so that I could transplant what was left living of those white strawberries that Jason brought us. Because I wanted to be able to keep those. And they was in like the little stackable tower thing. And I do terrible about water and stuff. And then they had just dwindled down to pretty much nothing. And so I was like, I want to try to save some of those for a bit. Just a little one. Even though we really don't even like strawberries. But what little bit comes of it, it's just a small space. And then if anything, it's just fun for us and Violet. And so, bought them for that. My potatoes here. This is our first small bed. And the second one is right here. That one was planted weeks afterwards. But this one, airplane up there, the sun was hitting it. It was super bright and it's creepy. Anyways, this one I poked my finger down in there and there is stuff happening in there. Need to do another row right here so I can zigzag my pumpkin back around. And I actually feel like doing it today. So thank you, Jesus, for that again. We're going to get this all done. And hopefully before the sun gets out on the garden. Because in the morning, since the sun is right here, the garden space is still nice and cool. And it makes it easier working. And then in the evening, it's good working once it's like set behind the trees over there. But by then, usually I'm showered and ready for bed. And I don't want to do that. So I prefer morning time chores. So I think I want to get some stuff done. All right, friends. So, dumped off. The goats like to get up there and use the potty because goats just use the potty wherever they're. I got the animals took care of. Got the box set up there. But I got to get the pot and soil up there somehow. And I did not feel like lugging around all those bags. The pot and soil. So I came down to get the wagon. I was like, you know what? I'm down here. I might as well do my morning chores because I hadn't done those yet. Now, I'm going to call it a day. I got some more stuff I need to get done. Like I need to do another row of, or actually just going to go ahead and do 2 more rows of the black landscaping fabric for the pumpkins and watermelons to grow on too. And I really want to try to stake up them tomatoes a little bit better because they are getting like falling over really bad. I don't feel like doing it today. So we're going to do that in the morning. That way, especially with touching the tomatoes and they just, stuff like that breaks me out worse now than usual. And I don't feel like dealing with all that. So we're going to do it in the morning. That way I can do it in a long sleeve and not sweat because also sweating causes me issues. I know that sounds very, I don't know, prissy, but it literally breaks me out in bumps and hives and stuff. So anyways, we're going to do that in the morning. But I did get them potatoes in the ground. We're a little over 70 days until fall. So hopefully they can do a little bit. Even if it don't grow big potatoes, we'll just, maybe it'll be enough time to grow some small ones. Either way, the bed was going to sit empty for this season. So y'all know my motto is why not try? So that's what we're doing. But I think I'm going to get in the house, change clothes, and just sit on the porch and edit this video so that it's ready to go for you all in a day or 2. I think I'm going to start uploading every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I think that's the goal I'm going to try to hit. I do better if I have a goal. If I'm just like it is what it is kind of thing, you'll see me once a week if we're lucky. And so I think I'm going to try to do Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturday uploads. Maybe just for the rest of this month. Even though the last week of this month is going to be crazy because it's Bible school. But either way, I'm hot. I'm going to get in the house and get changed and cooled off. Maybe make me some oatmeal. And go sit on the front porch and enjoy it before the sun gets on it. So we'll see you all next time. Bye, friends.
Bye-bye.